Elon Musk, the billionaire CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has recently intensified his attacks on European politicians, particularly targeting leaders in countries like Germany, the UK, France, and Spain. His criticisms have sparked significant backlash from these governments, raising questions about foreign interference and whether or not he was doing this to advance his business interests. There are also questions being asked on the implications of his actions on international ties between the United States and Europe. On Crux Decode, why does Musk hate Europe's current established political order so much? Is he trying to legitimize far-right parties from England to France to Germany? And in doing so, is he also trying to secure his business interests in Europe, where regulatory oversight is far more intense than it is in America? Elon Musk's recent foray into European politics has been marked by a series of provocative statements and criticism aimed at key leaders from England to Germany. In Germany, Musk has publicly insulted the Chancellor Olaf Scholz, calling him an incompetent fool and suggesting that only the far-right political party, the AfD, the Alternative for Germany, can save the country. He even got the AfD leader, Alice Weidel, on an hour-long web chat, suddenly making her a popular figure outside of Germany. Germany goes to polls in the third week of February. In the UK, Musk has criticized Prime Minister Keir Starmer repeatedly, accusing him of complicity in serious crimes during his time as the head of Crown Prosecution in what is famously referred to as the grooming gangs case. He's even suggested that America should liberate the people of Britain from their tyrannical government. He's accused Starmer of being complicit in, quote, the rape of Britain. In France, French officials have expressed concern over Musk's influence. Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot has urged the European Union to take action against what he describes as Musk's interference in domestic politics. And the Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has accused Elon Musk of inciting hatred and leading a reactionary movement across Europe. So why exactly is Elon Musk doing this? There is speculation that Musk's aggressive stand may be linked to lucrative contracts for his companies. As he seeks to expand Tesla's market share in Europe and enhance SpaceX's satellite services, he has started to align himself with far-right political parties, and that could be seen as a strategy to gain favor with potential political allies in these countries. However, this approach does risk alienating established political parties and political structures, and that could lead to a huge regulatory pushback against his businesses. The responses from European leaders have been swift and united. They have condemned Musk's comments, they've called it inappropriate, dangerous, and outright interference. Now, how may they react to it in a further strident fashion? Well, there could be regulatory action. There are calls for stronger regulatory measures on Musk's platform, Twitter, or X as it's called now, particularly when it concerns his role in spreading misinformation and influencing the political discourse. We saw that, for example, in England last year, when some of that disinformation led to riots in Southport. The European Union has a Digital Services Act, or the DSA, and that could become a potential framework for action against Musk. Musk has frequently clashed against the EU and the Digital Services Act, with the Rulemaker Commission opening an investigation into X under its content moderation law. Leaders like Emmanuel Macron, Olaf Scholz, they have publicly criticized Musk's interventions. Macron, in fact, warned against fostering a reactionary alliance in Europe, while at the same time Scholz advised against engaging with Musk in his provocations. Now, what this does is it makes it difficult for incoming President Donald Trump to deal with major European powers on an even keel when his closest confidant seems to have cured the pitch to such a degree. Musk's actions also raise significant questions about foreign interference in domestic politics. Musk is a naturalized American citizen who was born in South Africa. European leaders are concerned that his influence can undermine their respective political systems. The notion of a foreign billionaire meddling in national affairs is particularly sensitive in light of recent global events where misinformation has played a pivotal role in shaping public opinion. So it's far from clear what exactly Musk's motivations may be in trashing relations with core US allies, whether it's England, France, Germany, all of whom are part of the G7 nations. Musk's interventions have caused predictable outrage mixed with bewilderment. Governments and opposition in all of these countries have been united in condemning Musk's tactics. But with few good options, his targets, particularly these European leaders and their governments, seem to be on the back foot for now. They don't want to be seen as alienating a person who seemingly has the ear of the incoming US president. As the world's richest man, his actions are probably not about making more money, but increasing his power and using his influence to secure his business interests. Britain in particular is caught in a bind. No British Prime Minister has ever faced such public hostility from such a senior voice in the United States. And of course, Musk will, come the 20th of January, assume an unofficial position in the Trump administration. Musk's actions pose a clear risk to ties between Washington and London. Critics say that as a multi-billionaire with global business interests from satellite launches to artificial intelligence to the world's biggest public square as it's now become, X, he's simply not offering just opinions. They see Musk's posts as part of a pattern of support for right-wing nationalist parties who pose a fundamental challenge to the idea of Europe post the Second World War. Now, this could be Musk's way of opting for a less regulated political environment in Europe for his multi-billion-dollar businesses, whether it's electric cars or space launches. And that is where Musk has to walk a fine line. If European governments perceive his actions as detrimental to their politics, to their political stability, to their economic interests, they might reconsider contracts with his companies. Britain alone, for example, has an almost $200 million deal with Tesla and SpaceX. Now, the British government could include delays or cancellations of Tesla or SpaceX's expansion plans, the satellite launches, or even use the regulatory framework and the laws which govern free speech on the internet to regulate what's going on Musk's platform, Twitter. And that is the last thing that Musk would want to be a fallout of his political pronouncements.